Hello everybody, it's Lucas and today we are back on the floor, on the manga floor for another manga haul, and it's a big one because it's been about 6 months since my last online order, so it was time for another overseas online order. And I ordered both from Scifier and World of Books, and all of the packages have now arrived, so I'm gonna show you what I got, starting with World of Books. So first up, I got the troublesome guest of Sotomura Detective Agency, and this is a BL one-shot from the Love line of Tokyo Pop. This was actually a cover buy, which is something I don't usually do. I usually do a bit of research before I buy stuff. But since it was secondhand and the cover just really intrigued me because the art style was so cool, but it follows this small-time detective who solves weird and silly crimes around his neighborhood, and through a series of gay events this man starts living with him, and their personalities are very opposite, and they start off just being lovers, but maybe more develops between them. It has quite a few steamy scenes, but I thought the art was really worth it. It was just like a small silly read. It was good. Then I got a big stack of Queen's Quality. I got volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, volume 5, I got volume 7, and I got volume 8. And I think these covers are supposed to go together with the like butterfly flowers in the background. Maybe he's looking at her or something. I own all of QQ Sweeper, which is the 3-volume kind of prequel to this series, and I enjoyed it. And I have heard a lot of good things about Queen's Quality from other people, and since it's ending now at 25 volumes, I thought it was time to get into it. And a lot of the series you can get really cheaply, either second hand or actually at store price. They are also quite cheap. And I've heard, it's a shoujo, but it's also action packed. Then I got volumes 3 and 4 of Touring After the Apocalypse. I already owned volumes 1 and 2 from a sale a while back. You can actually see my bookmark sticking out there. That's where I left off reading. This is actually getting an anime like really soon, like in a month or something, which I didn't know about. Oh look, there's a bunny on the cover. My sibling of undeterminate gender and age loves bunnies, so I had to show them this. Also the bunny on the inside. For that, the English title is kind of wonky. It's like, driving on my motorcycle after the apocalypse, when touring is just a much simpler world for it. If you're a fan of Girls' Last Tour, I think you would really enjoy this, or like other media where cute girls are put into like weirdly grim situations like School Live or Girls und Panzer, I guess. I think you would enjoy this. If you like Yokohama Katashi Kiku, I think you would like this, because it is also slice of life with like an ambient background mystery about how the world ended and why and how humans disappeared. If you like robots, you will probably like this series. There are a lot of robots in this. They also meet some other KK characters on their journey. It's not just them, and the art especially is a highlight. This cover of volume 4 is probably my favorite so far, and the situation shown on the cover actually happens in the volume, which is something I always enjoy. Then I got volumes 7 and 10 of School Life! So after these two volumes, I would actually consider this series completed, despite the fact that I don't own volume 6. But it's because the anime covered the first 5 volumes, and volume 6 seems to be impossible to find. I've looked both secondhand, new prints. There are barely even any like overpriced listings on Amazon and stuff. So since it seems impossible to get, and I doubt that this series will be reprinted anytime soon, I am considering this done. I don't remember like ever seeing this series in anyone else's collection. I don't know, maybe it's just not on my side of Manga tube that people collect this. Maybe it's not that known of a series. I don't know if I would recommend it. It has a bit of, some of the illustrations included have a bit of a Made in Abyss vibe, if you get what I mean. And I mostly bought it because I really liked the anime when I was younger, like several years ago. So now when I'm actually doing a reread, I guess we will have to see if I actually still like it. Continuing with the world of books, I got volume 5 of Go with the Clouds North by Northwest. This was the only one volume of this series available on World of Books, and it was for a very, very low price, so obviously I bought it. Small. So this is about another detective, but a detective on Iceland who has the ability to speak to his car. I don't remember if we hear the car speak back to him, but he understands the car, and that's the most important thing. And from volume 1, which is the only one I've read, I don't know if there's that much of an overarching plot yet, or if it's just mystery after mystery, but I'm guessing that it will develop into having an overarching plot. Honestly, I mostly bought this because the art is so gorgeous, and having a manga set in Iceland really intrigues me. I feel like Iceland is a setting that we don't see a lot of in media, but I think that it could be used more. It releases very, very slowly. Oh, some of it is in blue. I didn't know that. Shout out to color blue. But yeah, if you actually want to complete this series, I would recommend like waiting for 5 years and then coming back and seeing if it has ended yet, because it's coming out very slowly, which is understandable with how much detailed background art is in this bad boy. And lastly, for the World of Books order, I got volumes 8, 9, 10 and 13 of Something's Wrong with Us. So this series I've heard a lot about, and a lot about how dramatic it is and how many plot twists it has. And as an avid fan of reality TV, and especially The Real Housewives, I think that a series about drama and melodrama is perfect for me. You know, I am one of the perfect world defenders when a lot of people thought that series was too melodramatic. Not for me. I love it. So it's about um it's about this girl who her mother was like an expert in Japanese sweet making, and the mother worked for this rich family. But then the mother gets framed for the murder of the father of that rich family, and the one that points out the mother as the murderer is the son of that rich man. So years later, the daughter of that woman who is now in jail, she wants revenge. So she infiltrates this rich family by becoming the new sweet maker, and she meets that son again. But they start falling in love or something, I think, maybe. And they shouldn't be in love because they ruined each other's lives. What's wrong with them? How could they possibly be into each other and have chemistry? The drama. Is the romance a part of her twisted revenge, or is it genuine? I don't know. The messier, the better. And also, I get to learn more about something I have no idea about, which is Japanese sweet making, so that will be fun. You know what, a story is good when it needs 4 entire paragraphs at the start to concise it down for the reader. Now moving on to the Scifier order. I first of all got volume 5 of Touring After the Apocalypse. Look at this cover! Look at the goat and the chicken, the grass. I'm just really smitten by the art. Oh my god! There's another guy! There's a third character! I gotta catch up to this. I gotta continue reading. I gotta find out who this is. Oh, and here's the inner art. And then I got 2 more volumes of one of my favorite ongoing series, and that's volumes 6 and 7 of My Girlfriend's Child. So I haven't read these volumes just because I know that the series ends at 9 volumes. So I'm saving the rest of the volumes up to reread it all at once it's over. As soon as that volume 9 drops on Scifier, I am rushing to order it. And this art style, it's in a way a lot simpler, but I think that it's a great style to convey the emotions of the characters. It's like a Muppet, you know, the simpler pieces of the artist, the more emotions the viewer is able to take out of it. Then I got volume 4 of Go with the Clouds North by Northwest. It barely even has to be stated, but this is obviously gorgeous. Then we have, guess what? More motherfucking Queen's quality. We got volume 9, volume 10, and volume 13. We got volume 10 with a huge fucking sword, looking like Berserk, looking like Guts, looking like Bleach, looking like Bloodborne. And Queen's quality is about, it has a very interesting concept. It's about these janitor people, but they don't only clean physical spaces, they also clean the mental spaces of people's minds. So like dust monsters and stuff come into people's brains and make them depressed or angry and stuff, and they have to go inside people's minds and clean/fight those monsters off. Volume 13, and also volume 13, this bitch has a gun. Has her eye colors been different colors this entire time? Has she been heterophobic this entire time? Yeah, I guess she has. But anyway, now I have a clean run up to like volume 14, so I'm ready to dig in and actually see what the hype is about. And this was the main reason I even started the order, and that was to complete the series Sketchy. So I got Sketchy Volume 5 and Volume 6. So I am actually right now in the middle of reading Volume 4. I am doing a full reread to finish the series, and I am enjoying it. At the start of the series, you kind of think that it will only follow 3 people, because at the end of Volume 1, those are the characters we have. But it's actually about 6 characters, 1 character for each of the volume. So that's neat. Everyone gets a volume cover and a little volume intro, and I think all of their stories are very interesting. And I like that as a series focused on women, they allow some of the women to like be quite bad people, and you still follow them and still are able to see them through sympathetic lenses. Like there's this one woman who is honestly a really crappy person. Like she helped a man cheat on his wife, she's kind of rude to her co-workers, but you still get to see her story, and I like that. We need more women who get to be crappy people in media. It is also very relatable in some places. Like one of the characters has this loser boyfriend who all he talks about are his letterbox reviews of movies. Honestly, same. I don't want to think about him anymore, because I feel like that is how people see me from the outside. And there are 2 moments that stuck out as like a bit of not like other girlish. There's like 2 moments with 2 different characters when they're at lunch with their co-workers, and during one of the times the co-workers start mentioning like their K-pop bands and stuff, and the other time they start mentioning like Versace and Gucci and stuff, and start talking about fashion brands, and both times our main characters go like, oh my god, what are they talking about? It's like they're speaking another language. Like, girl, I don't know that much about K-pop, but I could at least understand that they were talking about those topics. You don't have to pretend like they're coming from another planet just because they have different interests. Those same co-workers then showed an interest to her skating, so like they weren't being rude. But yeah, other than those very minor moments, I would highly recommend this. Then a new series, I got Volume 1 of Jean Bride, and I've been waiting for this series before it even got licensed in English, just based on the cover and the title, because I thought it sounded so cool. It's a 4-volume series, so not very long, and it's about this woman in contemporary Japan, and this first volume follows her kind of daily adult life. She's a journalist, and it delves into the challenges and sexism she faces from the men she interviews and stuff, and she also has a very cute co-worker lady. But then her old classmate appears and wants to contact her. And when in school they had this Jean Bride project for a day, which was like everyone in class got paired together as couples for a day based on their genes, and I thought that concept was cool from the start, but then when you read the volume you learn that this woman and her classmate was actually the 2 that didn't go through with that because they had eaten stuff and therefore their tests couldn't be taken. So I feel that's very cool that we actually followed those that were kind of excluded from it. And last but not least, a release that I have been waiting for like 2 years now. Tough Love at the Office, the complete Eureka collection. So this is the full series, 3 volumes in 1, and I've already read it obviously, and it was everything I wanted. It's pretty simple. It's these 2 women who hate each other, and they start fighting in their office, and through fighting they have angry hate sex. And if that concept intrigues you, then this is for you. If it doesn't, then this isn't for you. It's very simple. It's made by Sal Jiang, who her Wicked Spots series has also been licensed for release, and after reading this I am gonna be reading everything that she does, because reading this, it was so obvious that it was drawn and written by somebody who loves women in like a queer way, and I always love seeing that. She loves to cook and she loves to eat and run away with me, girl. If you want two women who are nasty and evil and bad people, if you want to see them fighting each other both psychologically and physically, then this is for you. There are also some other characters that come in that mess things up and stuff, but the dynamic between these two are great. Actually, I just wanted more, but this is gonna be a beautiful part of my cookie collection. It's standing right next to the full Shadow release, so they can be Yuri big boys together. So that's my haul. That's the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, Jungenskog is here to remind you to like and subscribe, aren't you, buddy? So I hope you have a good week. I hope you eat some quesadillas. Some quesadillas. I sure could go for some quesadillas right now. Okay, bye.
I'm evil.
There's still time.
To do what?
To build a bomb.